I also wanted to deliver a quick eulogy. We lost a good friend, and that friend's name was YouTube Originals. The YouTube Originals program is officially just sort of being wound down. There's actually going to be like 1 or 2 that still exist. But for the most part, all of the different shows, like, I don't know if you've watched any YouTube Originals, but all the different shows that existed under that umbrella that were funded. Ones, loved that one. Can You Survive the Movies by Jake Roper. Good. Vsauce had an entire series. Let me find the name real quick. Vsauce.
The Can You Survive the Movies, the Harry Potter one was fantastic.
I love them.
Casey was a gem in that.
Yeah.
You were also in it on the Mad Max one?
I was in a Can You Survive the Movies episode, which was sick. That series was Emmy nominated.
Yeah.
I also really liked Minefield by Vsauce. That YouTube
I haven't
original.
Seen that, actually.
It was just a sort of a brain related type of thing. There was one where he was in like a completely blank room with the lights on for like 2 straight days or something crazy like that, and slowly went crazy with the cameras. It was great. Retro Tech is also another YouTube original.
Yep.
I'm Marques Brownlee, and I review dope new tech. But on this show, I'm rewinding the clock to discover the tech of the past that changed our lives forever.
And, you know, we had a lot of fun. We learned a lot from Retro Tech, both the production side of it and the actual research and making the show. Had a lot of fun with it. We did 2 seasons of it. The first season was also Emmy nominated, which was sick. But yeah, just the program itself was cool because it actually gave creators a little bit of funding, a little bit of extra backing to do something bigger that you might not have actually originally been able to do. So I know people like Jake were like super into that. Like, how else would you find the resources to put together such an incredible show and just put it out for free on the internet, put it out on YouTube? So it's sort of winding down. I wonder if there's something that's going to be spun up to replace it. I guess not. It's probably still sort of being worked on. But yeah, Retro Tech as we know it is over. Now, that doesn't mean maybe we can't get our hands on the IP and do our own season. I think that would be fun.
That'll be we'll figure that out later.
We'll work on that. We'll figure that out. That's obviously some legal conversations. But the fun fact of this is YouTube's put a lot of backing into getting a lot of impressions for Retro Tech.
Oh, yeah.
And I just pulled this up because some of you might not know this. The most viewed video I've ever made is actually a TikTok. But the second most viewed video I've ever made is the first episode on the Game Boy for Retro Tech. And that has 33.7 million views. But it has that many views because it was paid for many times over by the Originals team to be impressions for, you know, just all over the internet. You can just find it as running as a pre-roll. It's recommended alongside stuff. It has 2.2 billion impressions.
Oh, you didn't read that number before. Holy cow.
That's a lot. So it has a 0.4% click-through rate, obviously. So it is cool. It is cool that it has a lot of impressions and we shared it to as many people as possible. But I also had my own theory that some of these pumping metrics actually sort of were like an anchor on the channel. Like the average view duration on this 23-minute video is 1 minute and 50 seconds.
That's brutal.
So when you add up 33 million views with an average view duration of 1 minute 50 seconds, I think that legitimately dragged the channel's average view duration down.
Typical
which is interesting.
YouTube, yeah.
So there's some weird quirks about the Originals program like that. But at the end of the day, we did get to do something really cool with Retro Tech.
And here's my plea now to I guess it's still Google, but YouTube. Okay, so would you agree that YouTube Originals was like part of that was to try and entice people to go into YouTube Premium? Because a lot of times, like, either they were locked behind YouTube Premium, or with Retro Tech, it was like you could binge all of it before they came out week by week.
Right.
YouTube Premium has an issue right now, and ad free is great, but it needs something more enticing. And I've said this many times before, and many people have done this, but like, copy Twitch Prime. When you have YouTube Premium, give those users every month 1 free channel membership. And then they can use it from different channels. They can unlock perks. Maybe it's the first time they ever join a channel, so they can see what like the private discords are like,
but then they get
sub
sued
badges
by Twitch.
Get out of here. That's not happening. They already did the subscription thing, and they did emotes. It's already the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, they're trying to drag more people into live streaming on YouTube. This would help that so much. It would help other creators because they're going to get paid that little cut of the subscription aspect of it, the membership aspect of it, but it's also going to help other creators because if my first month I decided to join the MKBHD channel, I'm like, oh, this is really cool, but now this channel over here I really like, they have a membership program either. Maybe next month I'm going to try that and then miss the MKBHD one. So now I'm going to spend my own money and get the membership over there.
Right.
It seems so obvious. And I'm sure there's some reason why they haven't done it, but throw that in the garbage and do it anyways because I'm clearly the expert in this scenario.
There's so many things that I think YouTube should try.
Yeah,
and
just try it.
That's clearly one of them. That would be super smart.
If you can try creating your whole own YouTube originals and buy whole production teams with YouTubes, you can try free memberships for a month or a couple months.
I think they're basically were sort of coming at Netflix. Like everywhere you look on YouTube, whenever you see anything like officially backed by YouTube, it always seems to be YouTube attacking old media. Like YouTube wants to,
Netflix is old media now.
It is. I mean, but TV though, like every time they bring those like late night shows and they get promoted and trending and everything, and it's like, this is just YouTube trying to replace TV.
Yeah.
And Netflix was one of those like other larger established, not traditional, but everyone understands what Netflix is. And YouTube going, hey, we can do that too. Look, we have all these original content pieces that are only available on YouTube and they're paid for just like Netflix stuff, but it's really good. It's worth paying for. You want to be a subscriber too, don't you? And I wish they sort of pushed in the other direction too of like supporting, and they kind of are doing a little bit of this, but supporting like the newer creators, supporting the shorts and the TikToks of the world and all of these, creator made things that are already being built, the live streamers. So I want all of it to be successful, but that's just the way I see like most of YouTube's most visible efforts is like, we want to be traditional media, which is fascinating.
No. Thanks so much for watching the clip this week. You should probably leave a like because if we get enough likes, Microsoft might buy us for $70 billion.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Right? That's easy. It's easy money. We'll send you $10 if you like it and we get acquired for $70 billion.
Yeah, the only way we know how many likes that takes is if we just
keep going to the moon.
I like the idea.
Cool. Easy.
Let's do it.
Thanks.